High school basketball is back on Beaver Media and the Delco Preps channel. Tonight from Daleville, Indiana, the home season opener for Daleville as the Broncos host the Starfires of South Adams High School. Good evening and hi again, everyone. Brian Beaver along with you again tonight as we turn the page from fall sports to winter here on the Delco Preps channel. Great to have you along for the ride tonight as we unwrap it. It'll be 0-1 teams doing battle here as both South Adams and Daleville went down to defeat in their season openers. It was Shenandoah defeating Daleville 62-25. Union City got by South Adams 66-58. JV game here tonight was a very spirited contest, went right down to the final second before Daleville held on to beat South Adams in the JV tilt 45-43. Two teams here in the varsity contest that are young, inexperienced, turnover prone if their openers are any indication, at least early in their seasons, and both led by second-year head coaches. Trent Lehman at South Adams, Tyler Stotler in his second year at Daleville. So this one ought to be a lot of fun to watch and to hear tonight around the county, around the state, around the country, wherever you might be, listening in on this one on the World Wide Web. Daleville will play without arguably its best offensive player for the second straight game. Guard Connor Fleming is serving a disciplinary action and will not play in any of their first three games. He'll sit one more after this one tonight, and it'll hurt. He's the best returning scorer on the team. They could really use his experience and his firepower, but you play with what you got. They deal you the cards, you play your hand that's in your hand. So they'll have to get along without Connor Fleming tonight. Turnovers were a big problem for both of these teams in their openers. South Adams turned it over 29 times in their loss to Union City. Daleville turned it over 31 times in their loss to Shenandoah. Now, Shenandoah is a very good team, top 10 talent team on that other side of the county line, but 31 turnovers is going to make it awfully tough to beat anyone, including Little Sisters of the Poor, and I know Tyler Stotler really wants to tighten that up tonight as he puts his ball club on the floor. There is a lot of youth in this game. You talk about South Adams, they don't have a single senior on their roster. They play mostly sophomores and freshmen, and they will, in fact, start a ninth grader tonight in Aiden Water. Talk about what Daleville has in the cupboard. They'll start three seniors and two freshmen tonight. Tim Arnold, one of the youngsters, Camden Leisure, another one of the youngsters, along with Derek Lawrence, Josh Price, and Will McKinney getting the starting nod tonight for the Broncos. So it's going to be an interesting mix of upperclassmen and underclassmen for Daleville and all underclassmen for Trent Lehman and his Starfires from up in Bern, Indiana. This was a special night at Daleville. The 2018 baseball state champions were honored before this game between the JV contest and the varsity tilt. And the members of the 2018 state champs got their rings. They had a nice reception for them earlier tonight. And the graduating seniors are back. Terry Turner's in the house. His assistant coaches are in the house. We may, in fact, get a few words with Terry at halftime. But what a fantastic accomplishment that was for the Daleville kids to win state for the second time in 3 years. They won it in 16, won it again in 18. They have unveiled the new banner on the wall here, the 2018 1A Baseball State Champs, and between the two state championship banners on the wall, the signage, a big one with "Who's Next" written on it. We shall see. Terry Turner will have enough talent coming back to make another serious run at a 1A title. Hopefully they'll get it done, and hopefully I'll be there along for the ride to bring it to you next June at Victory Field. We'll take a break. We're not too far away from the introduction of the starting lineups and the opening tip of this one. It's South Adams against Daleville coming up next on Beaver Media and the Delco Preps channel. You stay right there.
A crisp October evening. A stadium filled with fans. A pass-through. A journey completed. State of euphoria? No. The state of Indiana. High school sports. Pure spirit. Pure sport. Pure Indiana. This message brought to you by the Indiana High School Athletic Association and the high schools in your community.
Who do I play high school softball for? I play for my mom and dad who've never missed a game.
Whether they're playing for their teammates, their classmates, or their community, high school student athletes in Indiana learn important lessons they'll use for the rest of their lives, like respect for the rules and the value of hard work and sacrifice. This message presented by the Indiana High School Athletic Association and the Indiana Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
The world of high school sports is filled with athletes who possess the eye of the tiger and whose focus and determination enables them to soar like eagles. The games themselves can't be played without a few zebras. Becoming an IHSAA official is a great way to be part of the action and to support Indiana's healthy tradition of high school athletics. Visit IHSAA.org and get in the game. This message brought to you by the IHSAA and the high schools in your community.
Question. When you walk into the boardrooms of the most successful companies here in Indiana, who do you meet? Answer. Men and women who play high school sports. Education-based high school sports give us more than athletes we can root for. They give us leaders we can depend on. Question. So where will we find tomorrow's leaders? Answer. High school sports.
This message presented by the Indiana High School Athletic Association and the Indiana Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association. The clutch shot, the timely hit, the perfect pitch, the heroic catch, the brilliant save, the photo finish. The Indiana High School Athletic Association would like to remind you that the biggest plays in sports matter little if you don't practice sportsmanship. Character counts. Practice sportsmanship. This message brought to you by the IHSAA and the high schools in this community.
Welcome back to Daleville High School. Brian Beaver along with you for the first time tonight during the basketball season. A long, cold winter awaits. This is about the only thing that'll get you through it. Maybe thinking about spring training next spring would be another helpful way to compose yourself during these icicle kind of days. But today wasn't bad. Little sunshine. It was in the 50s. Not going to be in the 50s much longer. As an old TV weatherman, I can tell you the shoe is about to drop, and we're going to be seeing some snow real soon around central Indiana. Teams are on the floor. The Starfires are anyway, finishing their warm-ups. Daleville has stopped warming up and has come to their bench. I'm courtside again tonight, so a great place to call the game and a great vantage point. We'll be looking at it from the scores table. Daleville's bench to my left, the Starfires bench to my right. And they really aren't benches anymore. They're folding chairs in a line, not like the old days when you sat on a pine bench. But you get the drift. Clock is winding down to the final 10 seconds before the introductions here. And it's great having you along on the internet tonight on Beaver Media and the Delco Preps channel. Good basketball matchup here. A couple evenly matched teams. It's not going to be Warren Central versus Ben Davis, but it is two evenly matched young teams, and they should give you a really nice game in terms of competitiveness tonight. Don't expect this will be much of a blowout either way. Both teams now getting their last-minute instructions. Trent Lehman about 10 feet from me to my right and down the way to the left. Tyler Stotler going over the final few things tonight for his Broncos before we get set to go. A lot of new signage here at Daleville. And a lot of new things going on at Daleville. They have a new athletic director. Daniel Hansen has gone on to Westdale to be an administrator. And Ben Whistle is in his first year as athletic director here at Daleville. We'd like to thank him for their hospitality and their accommodations tonight. First time, but probably not the last time we'll be out here in Daleville this basketball season. A lot of good teams and a lot of good players, as usual, in this part of Indiana. Before it's all said and done, we're going to be seeing and hearing a lot of good basketball. Now to the PA announcer and the starting lineups and the introduction and the national anthem as well.
Stand, face the flag as we honor America with our national anthem.
Just momentarily now, we'll be getting to the starting lineups as the big American flag that comes down slowly on a remote control arm is now rolled back up. Let's join the public address announcer for the introductions of the lineups.
Take on your own count. Daleville Broncos head coach Tyler Stadler. Let's meet the Starfires. Non-starters. Number 20, Colby Bullock. Number 23, Braden Bexler. Number 32, Tim Davidson. Number 34, Caleb Stevens. Number 40, Trey Schott. And number 50, Brent Schwartz. The starting lineup, a 6'1" freshman, Aiden Warner. A 6'1" sophomore, Drew Stoltzman. A 6'4" sophomore, Nick Miller. A 6'1" sophomore, Spencer Fear. And a 6'3" sophomore, Braden Gilbert. The head coach of the Starfires is Trent Lehman. And now for your non-starters. For your Daleville High School Broncos. Number 3, Max Decker. Number 5, Connor Fleming. Number 11, Nathan Dillon. 23, Kevin Johnson. And 25, Will McKinney. And now, your starting lineup for your hometown Daleville Broncos. Starting at guard, a 6'1" freshman, Cam Arnold. Starting at guard, a 5'9" freshman, Kevin Leisure. Charlotte forward, 60 senior, Will McKinney. Charlotte forward, a 6-foot senior, Derek Lawrence. And playing center, a 6'4" senior, John Price. The head coach is Tyler Stopper.
There you have it. We're almost set to go. It'll be Aiden Warner, Drew Stutzman, Nick Miller, Spencer Fear, and Braden Gilbert opening the night for the Starfires. Tim Arnold, Derek Lawrence, Josh Price, Camden Leisure, Will McKinney getting the nods for the Broncos. Daleville wearing the home white with black lettering and Vegas gold trim. Starfires will be in road black with gold lettering and trim. We're about set to go. The officials are set. Jumping center, it's Miller for the Starfires, Josh Price for Daleville. Daleville will move left to right across your imagination here in the opening period. Brian Beaver, thanks for joining us. Here we go. Hoosier Hysteria 2018-19 is underway. The tip controlled in the backcourt by Daleville. Arnold on the dribble. Works it here on the near wing to Leisure. Man-to-man to open the night by the Starfires. Nice feed underneath. Price takes it up. He's fouled. He'll shoot a pair. Give the foul to Braden Gilbert. South Adams, his first, and a two-shot opportunity 10 seconds into the game for Josh Price. Senior, about 6'4", right-hander, strokes the first one, can't get it. He'll get another. Daleville scored all of 6 points in 16 minutes in the first half in that loss to Shenandoah. We'll see if they can get it on track. Price misses both, but a rebound offensively for Daleville. They'll keep it. It's in the hands of Arnold. Now McKinney, who drives it, keeps going into the paint, loses the handle, rolls out of bounds. It'll stay with Daleville. Broncos a little out of system there, volleyball terminology, but they'll inbound it just to the right of the key, and it comes in to Price. Three-pointer off the front iron, short, no good. Rebound by the Starfires. Here they come quickly. They'll set up their offense. This is Warner. Stutzman across the way on the wing. Man-to-man defensively for Daleville to open things as well. Now way out between the circles near the timeline, it's Stutzman. Can't use a pick, picks up his dribble, now feeds down low. Miller turns, fires, can't get it. Rebound Daleville. Here they come quickly. Arnold down the floor. Picks up his dribble. Between the rings to McKinney, far side wing to Lawrence. Out on top, Leisure, jab step, drives it. Three-pointer from the far corner. Good! Give the three-pointer to Derek Lawrence. It's 3-0 Daleville. Here with a minute gone in the game. Starfires, again, taking a look at that man-to-man defense by Daleville. This is Warner. Works it near side to Fear. He'll fire a three. It's up. It's good. And we're tied at 3 apiece on the triple by Spencer Fear. Here comes Daleville offensively on their end. Price has it low post. He's mugged on a double team. It'll be a common foul against the Starfires. The foul is going to go on Nick Miller. His first, second on the team. And Tim Arnold, the freshman guard, will inbound it along the baseline here on the near side of the paint. Comes in deep to McKinney out at the top of the key. Feeds down low. Price, one dribble, back out on top to McKinney. He'll drive it to the paint. Fire off the glass, no. Rebound, Starfires. Here comes Warner across the timeline. Feeds underneath. Shot up. No good off the glass. The miss that time by Gilbert, and here comes Daleville in a 3-3 contest. Arnold pulls up, fires, rattles out, in and out, no good. Nice offensive glass by Price. He follows, it's good. Josh Price picks up his first bucket of the night, and that makes it 5-3 Daleville. Broncos pressuring here in the backcourt. Starfires break it easily. Across the timeline, to the paint, to the rim, up and good. Beautiful move by Drew Stutzman for his first two, and we're tied at 5 each. Little over 2 minutes into the game. Broncos on the attack. Here's Leisure. Lost the handle, got it back to Lawrence. Lawrence on top, now near wing to Arnold. They swing it to the corner. Price for three, no good. Offensive glass underneath by McKinney. It's knocked out of his hands. It'll stay with Daleville. Broncos will inbound along their baseline. 5-5 contest, 5:39 to go first quarter. Broncos slap the ball. Arnold lobs it into Price. Price had it stolen away. Here's a whistle on the back side of it as Daleville commits a common foul. It's going to be on Will McKinney.
Foul's on Will McKinney, his first.
Inbounds play in the backcourt across the way on the far sideline, and it comes into Warner. South Adams hasn't led yet, but they've got a chance to get on top on this trip. Here's Fear, driving to the top of the key, hit the brakes, but his tires skidded. It's a traveling violation against the Starfires, their first turnover. Each team with one of those, and we're all even. And turnovers and points at 5-5 with 5:20 to go first quarter. Here's Price, works it back between the rings. Arnold near side wing to Leisure. Still man-to-man defensively. On top, three-pointer. Lawrence off the front iron, no good. Rebound to Gilbert of South Adams. Starfires bring it across the timeline. They work it low post. Miller turns, fires, rolls out. Nearly went down. Rebound, Arnold of Daleville. He'll bring it across himself. Now in the near corner, Leisure on top to McKinney. He'll drive the paint again. Nice pass underneath. Price hits the bunny, and he's fouled. Josh Price. Beautiful feed from McKinney, who got the dime. Price with the bucket to break the tie and make it 7-5.
Substitution for South Adams, number 23, Brandon
Price with a chance for a three-point play. Foul was called on Braden Gilbert. That was his second, and he's in foul trouble early. Less than 4 minutes into the game. Price looking for the old-fashioned triple. It's up, it's good. So Price, 5 points in the game already by himself, and it's an 8-5 Daleville lead. They've scored more points in 3 minutes and 9 seconds tonight than they scored in 16 minutes in their previous contest. Foul called on the trip up the court on Lawrence, apparently. An inbounds play comes in for the Starfires, who have it set up in their half-court offense now. Stutzman to Miller, corner of the key. Jumper, off the rim, no. Rebound by Lawrence. Here he comes for the Broncos. Still on the dribble on the wing. Driving to the baseline. Fires, won't go. Might have been fouled, but wasn't called. Here they come the other way. South Adams trailing here. Big scramble on a loose ball right in front of the Daleville bench. And a held ball call. Here we go.
Single. Match up, you got match up.
The scoreboard says 8-6, but I think that's wrong. It should be 9-5. That three-point play was assessed to the wrong team on the scoreboard. I hope they catch that down the way. So, inbounds play comes in. Starfires have it in the forecourt, trailing. This is Fear, guarded by Arnold. One dribble, picks it up, works to the wing. Now out here on top to Stutzman. Stutzman guarded closely by Max Stecker, and there's a 5 call. Stecker forces the turnover with sticky defense. Nice job by Max. Give the turnover to the Starfires. And with 4:08 to go in the first quarter, here comes Daleville on the attack. Will McKinney with the ball between the rings. Now bounce pass down low. Price will drive. Triple team, forces it up. He's going to collect another whistle, and this time it's a travel call. So the Broncos turn it over. And with 3:55 left in the first, should be a 9-5 contest. Here's a double team in the backcourt and another held ball call. And this one will go to Daleville. 3 turnovers unofficially against the Starfires. So we're good to go. Ball comes inbounds, scores correct, sheets correct, we're all good. This is Arnold to the other freshman, Leisure. Cross the way to McKinney, now back this side. Arnold thought about a 3, drives, Corner of the key jumper, no good off the glass. Rebound by Nick Miller of South Adams. 8-5 game as we head for the final few minutes of quarter number 1. Feed underneath. Miller, double teamed, he'll fire anyway, and he hits off the glass. Nice move by Nick Miller. And we're tied for the third time, now at 8 apiece. Low post to Price. Drives baseline, fires on the run, it won't go. Rebound, a one-hopper off the floor to Nick Miller. Here come the Starfires. A lot of pressure defensively by both teams in this game, including in the forecourt. There's a bounce pass knocked away, and it's going to be out of bounds into the Daleville bench, and it'll belong to Daleville. Substitutions checking in for each team. And we've got a 30-second timeout by Daleville. We'll stay right here with you. So let's set it up. We're at 8-7 now. Timeout called by Daleville. They called a 30. That's their first one burned in this game. They'll have 5 more to go for South Adams. Daleville opens up with a 1-point lead. So far, they've gotten a triple from Derek Lawrence, 5 more points from Josh Price for their team total of 8. And for South Adams, 2 for Stutzman, 2 for Nick Miller, 3 on a triple by Spencer Fear. So we're all set to go. Coming out of the timeout. Been a good competitive game back and forth. We've had 2 ties at 3 and 5. Daleville has led most of the way. South Adams hasn't led yet. Max Stecker came off the bench, played some nice minutes defensively. And we've had some pretty scrappy action here in the early going by both clubs. Said coming in that this would be a pretty close, even game. They are very similar to one another in the way they approach the game. So we'll see how this unfolds the rest of the way. 2:58 to go in the first quarter. Daleville has Arnold, McKinney, Lawrence, Stecker, and Josh Price on the floor. Stecker has the ball. Now a zone look on defense. 2-1-2 by South Adams. Baseline jumper from Price, no good. Rebound comes down to the Starfires. Here's a battle for the ball in the backcourt. It's going to be a common foul, unless there was a timeout called first on the scramble with the ball on the floor. Let's wait and see. It is going to be a foul.
Fouls on number 5, Hunter Fleming.
There is no 5 on the floor. I'm not sure. It should have been 3. We got it all straight. We're good to go. It's all good. Connor Fleming picked up the foul on the bench. Give the foul instead to Max Stecker. His first. Each team has committed 3 fouls. Here's Nick Miller, 17-footer straight out on top. It won't go. It's off the back iron, too strong. Quickly down the court comes Arnold for Daleville. Picks up his dribble, works it on the top. McKinney drives to the paint. Kicks it to the near corner. Price thought about a 3. Now he'll bounce pass down low. Turnaround jumper. McKinney can't get it. Rebound knocked around, finally grabbed by Drew Stutzman of the Starfires. And here they come, trailing 8-7 with 2 and change and a turnover. A palming call. You don't see that very often anymore. Unofficially, 4 turnovers for the Starfires. They committed 29 of them in their first game. And at 2:02 of the first, we're still stuck at 8-7. Daleville lead, Daleville ball. Arnold now back to man on defense by the Starfires. Low post to Price. Needs help. Skip pass. 3-pointer. Lawrence. Good. Derek Lawrence with his second triple of the night. 11-7 game. Daleville out in front. Closing moments of period number 1. Here's a turnover again by South Adams. Arnold quickly across the timeline. To the wing. He'll give to Price. Price tries to feed underneath. It's tipped away, deflected to the far side of the stadium, and it'll stay with Daleville. Good hands that time by South Adams. Max Stecker checking out for Daleville. Coming in to replace him is freshman Camden Leisure. So the 2 freshmen are still out there, Leisure and Arnold. Arnold to inbound. He comes into McKinney, and he'll get it right back. Arnold between the rings. near wing. Leisure gives it to McKinney. He drives the baseline. He lays it in. He got it. He's fouled. He'll go to the line. McKinney comes up with the bucket. It's good. It'll count to make it 13-7, and he'll go to the stripe. Braden Gilbert picks up his third for South Adams. At the line, looking for the old-fashioned three-point play, Will McKinney. Fires, can't get it. Rebound comes down to Miller. He's got a bag full already for the Starfires. 1:14 to go first quarter. 13-7, Daleville out in front, but the Starfires attacking in the forecourt. Miller drives, left-hander, off the glass with the right hand. He switched hands in midair. Beautiful move. Nick Miller with his fourth point to make it 13-9. Daleville out in front. Here come the Broncos in the forecourt. Lawrence, three-pointer, wing, rattles out, goes in! The kiss off the glass on the rebound. He has 9 in the game. Ball knocked away across the way. Maybe a foul situation. It is a foul. It's going to be on Derek Lawrence, and that's trouble. That's 2 on him. So he's going to have to be really careful because he's having a night with 3 triples in the first quarter. 43 seconds to go in the contest in the first quarter. Starfires trailing 16-9, but they're on the attack with the ball. Bounce pass, low post. Miller turns, fires, hits. Miller having a nice game. 6 points for him to make it 16-11. Clock under 28 seconds now to go here in the late first period. Daleville looking for what might be the final shot of the quarter. Arnold to the corner of the key. Hands off to Stecker. Comes back to Leisure. He'll drive to the paint. Nice feed. Laid up and in by Josh Price. Give him 7 in the game. Here's a loose ball in the backcourt. Daleville comes up with it. They fire a shot, can't get it. They've got 5 seconds to go, loose ball. Here comes South Adams. Clock winds down, under a second. 70-footer on the way, it won't count. It's after the buzzer, and we've reached the end of the first quarter. Wow, frenzied action there late in the period. How do you like them apples? It's Daleville 18, South Adams 11 as we go to the second quarter on Beaver Media and the Doco Preps channel.
What do basketball, choir, drama club, and marching band all have in common? They're all high school activities that offer learning opportunities not necessarily found in the classroom. They take up just a fraction of a typical Indiana high school's budget, and they go a long way to giving young people the tools they need to thrive. High school activities, they're more than extracurricular. They're extra important, too. This message presented by the Indiana High School Athletic Association and the Indiana Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Welcome back to the ball game. Brian Beaver along with you from Daleville High School. We've played 8 minutes. The Broncos lead at the first stop over South Adams, 18-11. First quarter scoring quickly. Derek Lawrence with 9. Josh Price with 7. Will McKinney with the other 2 for Daleville. South Adams, they got a bucket from Drew Stutzman, 6 points from Nick Miller, and a tray from Spencer Fear for their total. Foul trouble city for Braxton Gilbert, who has 3 already for the South Adams Starfires. 2 fouls for Derek Lawrence. He can ill afford a third one as hot as he's stroking the ball tonight from 3. You want to keep him in the game. We're underway in the second quarter. Starfires have the ball still moving right to left. Pressure in the corner. Finally comes out to Fear. Fake the 3. Thought about a 3. Sticky man-to-man defense by Daleville, especially ball pressure out on the wings. Feed to the baseline. Little 16-footer won't go for Miller. A loose ball whistle on the rebound, and it's going to go against South Adams. It'll be against Aiden Warner. His first. Here comes Daleville, and now we've got a whistle from the across-the-way official. Not sure what that was about. They inbounded the ball at the wrong spot. They'll do it right now from the baseline. Daleville has to bring it to full 84 feet. McKinney brings it into Arnold. He'll come across the timeline right through the ring. Price on the wing far side. looks for help. Gets to McKinney. They swing it near side. Arnold goes down low to Price. Fires off the glass. Can't get it this time. Nice hands by Stecker to knock it away defensively, but it went out of bounds off Max, and it'll go to the Starfires. 18-11 game in the first 40 seconds of the second quarter. Daleville out in front. Here's a ball thrown away in the backcourt, and again, Arnold this time tips it out of bounds. Another baseline inbound play coming up for South Adams. They'll trigger it in with Braden Gilbert doing the honors. Double team in the backcourt. Daleville trapping. Big trouble. They get it to Gilbert. He'll have to hurry. Cross the timeline just barely by Aiden Warner. Warner goes to the corner. Here's a whistle. Stepping on the sideline for the turnover on the catch with Spencer Fear. I've got 6 turnovers unofficially for South Adams here in the early part of the game. So Daleville will get a possession. They'll bring it about 80 feet from the corner, and they'll look for maybe point 20 or 21 on this trip, leading 18-11. Stecker far wing. Bounce pass was off the leg of a defender. That's a kick, even if you don't try to kick it. And it's going out of bounds across the way, and it'll be inbounded at about the top of the key, extended by McKinney, who will bring it into the backcourt to Tim Arnold. Starfires looking to trap out near the timeline. Arnold has it, high post to Price. Near side Leisure. He'll drive it, tries to get it to the corner to McKinney. Nice save by McKinney. Daleville keeps the possession alive. Stecker has it. Cross court pass. Now they'll swing it to Price on the wing. Back on top to Arnold. Back to Price. He'll drive it. It's going to be a travel on the jump stop. Turnover gives it back to South Adams right here next to their bench. It's the Broncos 18, the Starfires 11. We have 6:29 to go before halftime. Good having you along. Two very young teams fighting it out here. This game was a 2-point game a year ago. Daleville beat them 46-44. So expect another thriller. South Adams has it. Miller attacks the basket. A whistle. They're going to say a foul before the shot on the drive. Give the foul to Tim Arnold, the first on him. That might be... No, they're not going to give him a shooting foul. It's going to be a common foul. Inbounds play under the basket. Now the officials will meet and talk about this one. Now 2 of them will come to the scorer's table.
Somehow it got reset to 7.
Well, the clock is incorrect. Both teams have gone to their benches as they work this out. They have a new timing and scoring system here at Daleville this year, and it's given them some fits through the JV and varsity game. They'll get through the warranty period. 6:35 on the clock. That is apparently the correct time now. In an inbounds play for the Starfires under their own basket. They'll need to hurry. They finally do get it in just before the 5 count. They'll set it up against the Daleville man-to-man defense. A drive on the baseline. A shot by Fear that won't go down. Rebound by Arnold of Daleville. Pushes it quickly. Here's Stecker. Stecker goes to the paint. Goes to the hole. Can't get the bunny. Rebound South Adams. Here come the Starfires in a hurry. They bring it across the timeline. Now at the wing. Nice feed to the baseline and a beautiful lay-in along the baseline by Nick Miller. Give him 8 points in the game. It's 18-13. Daleville out in front. Good game here, early season game. Here's a three-pointer up. Air ball short, no good by Arnold. Nice save back in. McKinney, who found Stecker for a lay-in. Great play for Stecker's first 2 of the night. And it's 20-13. Daleville on top. 5:40 to go before halftime. Miller all alone. 17-footer. Can't get it to go. Rebound loose. Picked up by McKinney of Daleville. Gives it off to Arnold. He'll come across the timeline. McKinney on top. Jab step. Drives. Fires on the run. Won't go. Another rebound by Miller. He's got to have 8 already. doing a great job on the glass for the Starfires. 7-point game. Starfires trailing. Let's see if they can get closer on this trip. It's out in front to Warner. Warner to Fear here on the near wing, guarded closely by Arnold. Bounce pass, top of the key. Gilbert swings it far side to Stutzman. Has it knocked away by Stecker. He throws it back in. Was nearly a turnover, but Stecker was out of bounds with it. And it stays with Daleville's opponent, South Adams. And we've got a timeout being asked for by South Adams.
Timeout! Timeout!
Well, you heard that. Timeout given to the Starfires. Is it going to be a full or 30? Full timeout. We'll take the break. Daleville 20, Starfires 13 on Beaver Media and the Delco Preps channel.
A crisp October evening. A stadium filled with fans. A pass-through. A journey completed. State of euphoria? No. The state of Indiana. High school sports. Pure spirit. Pure sport. Pure Indiana. This message brought to you by the Indiana High School Athletic Association and the high schools in your community.
Who do I play high school softball for? I play for my mom and dad who've never missed a game.
Whether they're playing for their teammates, their classmates, or their community, high school student athletes in Indiana learn important lessons they'll use for the rest of their lives, like respect for the rules and the value of hard work and sacrifice. This message presented by the Indiana High School Athletic Association and the Indiana Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Welcome back to the ball game. 20-13, Daleville leading South Adams. 4:59 left before halftime. Coming out of the Starfire timeout. They'll inbound it across the way in the forecourt and directing traffic now, cradling the ball. Aiden Warner. Daleville showing zone defensively this time. Three-pointer, far wing. Air ball no good by Warner. McKinney with the rebound for Daleville. They push it quickly down the floor. Stecker has it on the wing. They'll swing it here to the near side. It's McKinney on the wing. Drives to the paint. Jump stop. Can't find a shot. Now they work it back out on top to Arnold. He feeds Stecker, who drives the paint. 8-footer on the run off the glass. No. Rebound by Stutzman. And here comes South Adams, still trailing by 7. It's been a while before the South Adams Starfires have been able to find a bucket. Double teamed on the baseline. Shot forced up. No good by Gilbert. Here come the Broncos with the ball. Arnold will feed McKinney between the rings. One dribble. Back to Arnold. Far side to Leisure. Low post pass. Goes down low. Gothrop couldn't get it to go, but it's rebounded by Stecker. Now far corner with Leisure. Good ball movement by Daleville. Here on the near wing with Arnold. Leisure. Past the free throw line. Fires on the run. It won't go. It rolled off. No good. A loose ball whistle. Looks like it'll be a foul against Daleville. It's going to be on Daleville, and it's going to be Caden Gothrop who picks up the foul. Caden's first. That'll give it back to South Adams. They'll run a backcourt baseline inbounds play, and it comes in to Stutzman. Double teamed right away by the Daleville Bronco defense, but they get it across the timeline pretty easily. Warner on the dribble. Gets it off to Miller. He'll drive. Fire. Can't get it. Got his own. A held ball on the rebound. I think that one's going to South Adams. No, it's going to be Daleville's turn. It's hard to read the arrow from here. It's pretty faint. That's way across the way, and we can't see it on this end. Good work that time by Miller. He's a beast in the paint. He's only 6'4", but he is a man. Daleville with the ball, leading 20-13. 3:20 to go in the second quarter. Pass to the post, knocked away, but Daleville keeps it. Here's Stecker inside. Feeds McKinney. Triple team. He'll fire. Can't get it. Rebound to South Adams. Good work by Aiden Warner. Just a freshman. Works it to the wing. Three-pointer on the way. Just too strong. From the wing that time by Stutzman. A whistle. Apparently another foul. It's going to be on Daleville, and it will go against Tim Arnold. You can ill afford to lose him either. He's played a lot of points tonight, and it's going to be substitution time for Daleville. They're going to run Trevion Johnson, another freshman, into the game. Watch this kid during the JV game, and he's a pretty smooth ninth grader. It's going to be 1 in the bonus now. That was the 7th team foul against Daleville. Only 5 so far by South Adams. So 1-and-1 time. And going to the stripe is big Nick Miller. And if I don't miss my particulars here, this will be the first free throw chance tonight for South Adams in the first half. Miller looking for his 9th point of the night. He's a right-hander. He's got to make it to get the next one. He misses strong off the back iron. Johnson comes in the game, gets a rebound right away. Here come the Broncos, leading by 7. We've been stuck at 20-13 for a while. Three-pointer, far side, no good by McKinney. Another rebound down there by Nick Miller. He's got to have nearly 10 already. Across the timeline, here come the Starfires, trailing by 7. Man-to-man on defense. Miller will fire an 18-footer straight out on top. He buries it. He's got 10 in the game. He is single-handedly keeping the Starfires in this contest at 20-15. Under 2.5 to play, second quarter. Stecker with it, feeds Johnson. He'll kick to the corner. Now they work it around the perimeter. Leisure bounce pass low post to Price. He'll drive, fire, contact but no foul. Rebound comes down to Gilbert of South Adams. They'll bring it across the far side into the forecourt. Warner killed his dribble, comes near side to Fear. Guarded by Johnson closely. Bounce pass high post to Miller, right on the arc. Works it far side to Stutzman. Stutzman on top to Warner between the rings. Clock down to 1:54. Good defensive pressure by Daleville. Now a free throw line jumper up and good. Nick Miller having a great game to make it 20-17. He has 12 points of the 17 put on the board by South Adams. Here's McKinney for Daleville. Forced to drive, had it knocked away. It's a turnover. Here comes South Adams. They can tie with a triple on this trip. Under 1:30 to go before halftime. Stutzman feeds high post to Gilbert. He works it far wing. Fear bounces to the baseline. Miller turns around, fires, hits. He's on fire. Nick Miller with 14 points, and it's 20-19. We have a whistle and a timeout by Daleville. It's a 30. We'll keep it right here. 20-19. Wow. Unreal. What a great surge here at the end of the quarter by South Adams. They trailed 20-13, but they've gone on a 6-0 run to make it 20-19. And Nick Miller is just a beast. Whether it's on the baseline, he has shown a nice outside touch from 18 feet. He has 14 of the 19 points scored in this game by South Adams. This one has gotten significantly tighter. Coming out of the Daleville timeout. 20-19 game. South Adams has never led in this contest, but they're darn close. They're pounding on the door now. So Daleville comes out of the timeout. They'll inbound on the baseline backcourt. They'll bring it the length of the floor with that 1-point lead. We'll see if they're patient now and play for the final shot, or if they try to get 2 possessions for 1. Fumbled out of bounds on the wing. Stecker couldn't catch the pass cleanly. 6 unofficial turnovers against Daleville. And now the Starfires have 1:08 to go and a chance to get on top for the first time in the game, trailing 20-19. Warner will come across the timeline with the right-hand dribble, directing traffic. Spins away from Leisure. Now a pass to the corner, and it's through the hands of Fear. Warner says there was a touch by a defender, and he's pleading his case to the official, but I don't think he's going to get the decision. So it's a turnover by South Adams. And now the officials will gather, and they'll talk it over. The official across the way would have been the closest to the play. And I think more he's saying the ball's a little slick for some reason. Possible, but they're going to keep it in play. 55 seconds to go before halftime. Daleville 20, South Adams 19. Leisure will dribble into the forward court. Little zone look here, 2-3 on defense by the Starfires. Should be the final possession of the half. Leisure, where they're looking to trap if they can, but they don't. Stecker right back to Leisure. Clock down to 35. Now they'll come out and try to trap him. Double team didn't work. Stecker gets it back to Leisure between the rings. Here they come after him again. Bounce pass far wing to Johnson. Back out near the timeline and out of Stecker, about 2 feet from the midcourt stripe. He'll drive it. McKinney in the paint. Cut off. Turns around. Fires. No good. Rebound Starfires. They got 15 seconds. Here they come. It's Fear. Picks up his dribble. Gilbert swings it here now. Out on top to Warner. Clock to 5. Warner around a screen. Wow, that was a hammer screen. Shot from the baseline. Good! Warner hits a deuce from the baseline about 15 feet out at the buzzer. And for the first time in the game, South Adams takes the lead, and they go to the locker room with it. Wow, that was a low bridge pick to get him free. I thought it might have been called for a foul. It was not. And Daleville goes to the locker room trailing at halftime. It's South Adams 21, Daleville 20. We'll take the break. Back with more after this on Beaver Media and the Delco Preps channel.
The clutch shot, the timely hit, the perfect pitch, the heroic catch, the brilliant save, the photo finish. The Indiana High School Athletic Association would like to remind you that the biggest plays in sports matter little if you don't practice sportsmanship. Character counts. Practice sportsmanship. This message brought to you by the IHSAA and the high schools in this community. A wintry Friday night. A packed gymnasium in a tight-knit community. A shot taken. History made. A state of delirium? No. The state of Indiana. High school sports. Pure spirit. Pure sport. Pure Indiana. This message brought to you by the Indiana High School Athletic Association and the high schools in your community. A 50-50 ball. An elbow to the ribs. A sudden flash of tempers. In sports, anything can happen in the heat of the moment. The Indiana High School Athletic Association reminds you that when cooler heads prevail, everybody wins. When the game heats up, will you keep your cool? This message brought to you by the Indiana High School Athletic Association and the high schools in your community. Looking for future leaders we can believe in? Look no further than the high school student athletes right here in Indiana. High school sports teach young people how to be effective leaders. It includes learning to listen, accepting responsibility, being a good role model, and it's about respect. The result, it transcends sports. It gives us hope for the future. This message presented by the Indiana High School Athletic Association and the Indiana Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Welcome back to Daleville High School. We've reached the halftime break, and Daleville trails South Adams 21-20 at the break. Daleville has led most of the game. In fact, they led at the end of 18-11. They led almost the entire way in the first half. 2 ties at 3 and 5. The only lead in the first half for the Starfires right there before the buzzer when they got free on the baseline for a jump shot by Aiden Warner. And the freshman buried it. And here you go. We got ourselves a game. I told you a year ago it was 46-44. It's 21-20 with 16 minutes left in this one. So it's anybody's contest. And as the fundraising shooting goes on the court here at halftime, it's been a nice competitive game. Quickly go down the unofficial scoring. First for South Adams, the leaders at halftime. Nick Miller has been a horse for them. He's a 6'4" sophomore, but he has a nice inside and outside game. 14 points for him in the first half. 2 for Aiden Warner, 2 for Drew Stutzman, 3 for Spencer Fear, to round out the Starfires total of 21. Daleville got 9 points from Derek Lawrence, but he hit 3 triples in the first quarter and was crickety quiet in period number 2. Didn't score in the second quarter. Josh Price, 7 points for Daleville. The rest of the scoring, a bucket each for Will McKinney and for Max Stecker. Free throws have not been a strong suit tonight for either team. Daleville has struggled at the line. They have 1 make. That's from Josh Price, but they have missed 1, 2, 3 more, leaving the free money on the table. And Nick Miller missed the only free throw of the first half for the Starfires. So this is not a free throw shooting contest. And really, the team that can do that better in the end just might win this game, because this one looks like it's going to go right down to the wire. So I don't know why the score changed on the board. It did. We'll find out hopefully here in the not too distant future. We're going to take another break, have more on the halftime show right after this on Beaver Media and the Delco Preps channel. You stay right there.
What do basketball, choir, drama club, and marching band all have in common? They're all high school activities that offer learning opportunities not necessarily found in the classroom. They take up just a fraction of a typical Indiana high school's budget, and they go a long way to giving young people the tools they need to thrive. High school activities, they're more than extracurricular. They're extra important, too. This message presented by the Indiana High School Athletic Association and the Indiana Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
We're back. Halftime in Daleville. We got that all straightened out. The score was correct. It's 21-20, not 24. We don't need any international incidents with people stealing points or anything like that. Not in a highly spirited contest like this. These two teams are close in terms of talent, close in terms of experience, and close on the board. A 1-point affair at halftime. And I tell you what, Nick Miller, the big man inside for the Starfires, he's kept this team in this game, because without him, they'd had 7 points at halftime. He stroked 14 of them, and he hit all 2-pointers, 7 field goals, all deuces for his 14 points. And only 1 3-point field goal in the game for the Starfires belongs to Spencer Fear. You look down at what Daleville has done. Derek Lawrence has a triple to his credit, and that's at 3 to his credit, in fact. And that's it. So, low-scoring game at halftime, about what we expected coming in, about what the coaches expected coming in, and talking to both of them. And, young teams have OJT, on-the-job training. They have to learn trial by fire sometimes in high school basketball, and that's exactly what the fans who came to this game tonight are witnessing, a lot of OJT out on the floor. Daleville back on the floor with 3 minutes to go on the clock before we turn to the second half. Unofficially in the first half, 7 turnovers by South Adams. Unofficially 6 by Daleville. So it's been a little bit cleaner of a game than what either one of these played the other night, when they had about 30 each in terms of turnovers. So much better to be at 7 than to be at 15 or 20 at this point of the game. There you hear the 3 buzzers. That calls the teams back to the floor if they aren't here already. And the Starfires will be out soon to warm up. We'll take another break, come back to set up the third quarter after this timeout on Beaver Media and the Delco Preps channel. You stay right there.
There's just one place where students are students first, and athletics are played with purpose and perspective. That place is your local high school. High school sports offer more than the joy of competition. Studies show that student athletes in Indiana are also likely to enjoy greater levels of achievement in other areas of their lives, including academics. High school sports, a winning part of a complete education. This message presented by the Indiana High School Athletic Association and the Indiana Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association. Looking for future leaders we can trust and believe in? Look no further than the high school student athletes right here in Indiana. High school sports teach young people how to be effective leaders. It begins by making their grades and being on time for practice. It includes learning to listen, following directions, accepting responsibility, being a good role model. And it's about respect for officials, opponents, the rules, and each other. The result? It transcends sports. It gives us hope for the future. High school sports. There's so much more than just a game. This message presented by the Indiana High School Athletic Association and the Indiana Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
We're about set for third quarter action here at Daleville as South Adams comes out of the locker room late and gets about 30 seconds of warm-up in. I don't think they even took a shot. They got a couple basketballs and said, we're out of time. Let's go back to the bench for a little more conversation with head coach Trent Lehman. 21-20 game as we go to the third period. Daleville led about 15 minutes and 55 seconds before the South Adams Starfires worked that last play, got that beautiful baseline jumper, took the first lead of the night, and took it to the locker room at 21-20. So, good ball game. Going to be fun to see how this goes. Foul trouble, you look down the sheet. Braden Gilbert with 3 for South Adams, 2 for Tim Arnold of Daleville, 2 for Derek Lawrence of Daleville. So, both teams are pretty much okay. You don't want to lose Gilbert. If you're South Adams, he's done pretty good work on the boards. And Nick Miller has been their big factor. The sophomore, 6'4", strong man inside. Shows a nice touch from mid-range. He's got 14 of their 21 points. Daleville back on the floor. Starfires break their huddle. They're set to go. We flip the floor for the second half. Left to right for the next 2 periods for the Starfires as they lead by 1 to open the third quarter. Daleville will defend on the right end here. They've got Leisure, McKinney, Lawrence, Price, and Arnold on the floor. Miller has it high post. Now they work it here near wing to Warner, guarded by Leisure. Warner drives to the baseline, uses up his dribble, gets it here to Stutzman, right back to Warner. Now to Stutzman on the wing, guarded very closely by Lawrence. To the elbow to Miller, nice feet underneath. Shot won't go for Gilbert. He tries to save it, but he's out of bounds. So Daleville comes away from the first possession of the third quarter with a good stop, and they've got a chance to regain the lead. Their first chance to score here in the second half. They'll swing it to the near corner to McKinney. He'll drive baseline. Bounce pass, knocked away. Kept by the Broncos, though. Arnold looks slow. Feeds baseline. Price working on Miller. Good matchup there. Price drives in. Kicks it back out. Three-pointer off the mark by Arnold. The rebound comes down to Warner of South Adams. Here come the Starfires into the forecourt. Man-to-man on defense by Daleville. Warner gets it far side on the wing to Fear. Right back to Warner in the far corner now. Guarded closely by Camden Leisure. Leisure in his jersey. Low post to Miller. He'll turn around. Fire. Can't get it. Rebound McKinney. Here come the Broncos. Bounce pass down low. Price working on Miller. Tries to drive inside. They're going to call him for a wing. He elbow winged him around the midsection. Offensive foul on Price. That's a good call. First foul on Josh. It's a turnover for Daleville. And with 6:32 to go in the third quarter, we're right where we started this period at 21-20 South Adams. Pressure in the backcourt. A whistle. It's going to be against South Adams. Is it going to be an offensive foul? It is. Player control foul on Warner. His second foul. Each team with one here early in the second half. Three-pointer on top. Lawrence, splash. Derek Lawrence, 12 points. Daleville back on top, 23-21. It's a turnover by South Adams. Broncos have it going the other way. Off the glass, no good. A whistle. It's a blocking foul against South Adams. That's going to be number 4, I believe, on Braden Gilbert. Wow. Daleville will have a 2-shot free throw opportunity for Camden Leisure. First one on the way. Good. Leisure is on the board. His first point of the night. He'll have another one. It's a 24-21 Daleville lead. He missed the second rebound, South Adams. Here they come down the floor quickly. They'll drive it to the paint. Cut off. Out on top. Gilbert fires from just inside the arc. He rattles it in. 24-23. On a nice make by Gilbert. His first bucket of the contest. The Daleville lead is 1 as the Broncos attack the basket. Price drives. Can't get it to go. Another rebound by Miller for the Starfires. They can retake the lead here. Daleville man-to-man. Warner out on the point. Works it cross court to Fear. Fear to the free throw line. 16-footer up. This time no good by Gilbert. Here comes Daleville quickly. Lawrence has it. He'll drive to the free throw line. Back to McKinney. Three-pointer on the way. Good! Will McKinney. 5 points in the game. 27-23. Daleville in front. Starfires under heavy pressure in the backcourt. They'll finally break the timeline. Fear. Far wing 3. Got it! Fear says, oh, you think you're the only guys who can shoot the try? Spencer buries his second one of the game to make it 27-26. Out on top, McKinney says 2 in a row, baby. Triple by McKinney to make it 30-26. Broncos, heavy trapping defense in the backcourt. Again, Miller will bring it across the timeline. Works it to the corner, threw it away. Trying to hit Fear. Second turnover of the second half, unofficially 9 in the game by the Starfires. And here comes Daleville with the ball. And a 4-point lead at 30-26. Quickly moving third quarter. Here's a kicking violation on defense by the Starfires. Inbounds play in the forecourt, just to the far side of the paint for Daleville. And you just heard Trent Lehman yell, don't lose 2, because he's the 3-point threat. He's loose on top. Here it comes. He got it! Wow. Lehman, the coach from Starfires, right in front of me, just shaking his head. He just told them not to lose him. They did. Here's a turnover in the backcourt by South Adams. Daleville has the ball and the momentum at 33-26. This has turned into a 3-point shooting contest. 3 or 4 straight 3-pointers by these two teams. McKinney gets it into Arnold, right back to McKinney. Fires a 3. No this time. High rebound comes down to Lawrence. He lost the handle. 4-man scrum on the floor. A whistle. Is it going to be a dual possession? It looks like it is, and it looks like Daleville will keep the ball. What a frenzy here. Lawrence and McKinney for Daleville, and Fear for South Adams, burying triple after triple, making it rain on a cool November Saturday night. 4:11 to go, third quarter. Daleville leading now 33-26. I believe that's their biggest lead of the night. Leisure works it in the corner. Lawrence for 3. He's got him again! Derek Lawrence, 18 points in the game to make it 36-26. Whistle in the backcourt. Traveling violation by the Starfires. They can't handle the press. Timeout, Starfires. We'll take the break with them. 3:56 to go, third quarter. It's Daleville leading by 10, 36-26 on Beaver Media.
The clutch shot, the timely hit, the perfect pitch, the heroic catch, the brilliant save, the photo finish. The Indiana High School Athletic Association would like to remind you that the biggest plays in sports matter little if you don't practice sportsmanship. Character counts. Practice sportsmanship. This message brought to you by the IHSAA and the high schools in this community.
Welcome back to Daleville High School. Boy, the riot act being led in the South Adams huddle here on their bench, and I can't blame him. Head coach Trent Lehman had just told his defense, you heard him yell it, don't lose 2, which is Derek Lawrence, right in front of our crowd mic. What did he do? Got loose, buried a 3 on top. So here we are coming out of the timeout. Biggest lead of the night by either team. Daleville by 10 now. They've blown it open a little bit at 36-26. Their backcourt pressure has really bothered South Adams. Daleville to inbound it in the forecourt. Make it the backcourt. A piece of garbage loose on the floor. No one needs to hit that at full speed and break a leg. They do a good job getting it off the floor. It's not a winning lottery ticket, I can tell you that. So 3:56 to go in the third. 10-point game, Daleville to inbound. And it is in the forecourt. I was right. Trust my instincts. Arnold has it between the circles. Near side wing to Price. Man-to-man defense by the Starfires. Now in the far wing, Arnold tries to feed low, throws it away. Turnover Daleville, good defense by the Starfires. Here they come. They need a bucket in the worst way. Bounce pass to the baseline. The cutter wasn't there. It took 2 hops and went out of bounds untouched for a Starfires turnover. I've got him for 5 in the half and for 12 in the game unofficially. Daleville with the ball, leading by 10. Price has it in the forecourt on the wing, guarded by Miller. Bounce pass out on top to McKinney. They swing it far side to Arnold. Lawrence left alone. 3-pointer off the front iron, no good. Miller with what must be a dozen rebounds now in the game for him. He's done great work for the kids from Bern. They need a bucket, trailing by 10. Miller will try it. He got it. He's been money for them all night. Nick Miller, 16 points in the game to make it 36-28. Defense on this trip again by the Starfires. McKinney drives baseline right side, tries to force it inside. It's going to be a travel call. Could as easily have been a charge. It's a travel, a turnover by Daleville. I've got them for 3.5 and for 9 in the game. 2:52 to go. Long pass to Miller, and they throw it away. Wow, ill-advised. That should not have happened. Daleville gets a break. Broncos have the ball in the forecourt. Price has it on the left baseline. Lawrence now out on the wing. He'll drive to the inside. Fire on the run. Got it. Little teardrop about 8 feet out. 20 points in the game for Derek Lawrence. And the bulge is back to 10 at 38-28. Free for 3 from the far corner. Good. Spencer Fear buries his 3rd triple of the game to make it 38-31. He's a good-looking young shooter. Daleville trying to answer back. Leisure for 3. No. Rebound fought for. Good work by McKinney to get the offensive glass for Daleville. Keep the possession alive. Back out near the center circle to Arnold. Now to Leisure on the near wing. Bounce pass to the elbow. Nice feed. McKinney to Price. He lays it in. Josh Price, 9 points in the game. Timeout called by Daleville. Wow, we'll take the break with them. 1:52 to go, third quarter. 40-31 Daleville on Beaver Media and the Delco Preps channel.
A wintry Friday night. A packed gymnasium in a tight-knit community. A shot taken. History made. A state of delirium? No. The state of Indiana. High school sports. Pure spirit. Pure sport. Pure Indiana. This message brought to you by the Indiana High School Athletic Association and the high schools in your community.
Back to action here at Daleville with 1:52 to go in the third quarter. It's Daleville 40, South Adams 31. Starfires have the ball. They'll bring it across the timeline on the dribble. This is Stutzman. Gets it here on the wing to Warner. Guarded closely by Stecker. Elbow jumper up and good. Braden Gilbert with his 4th point of the night, and now it's 40-33. Daleville. Lawrence, another 3, another make. The kid is on fire. 23 points in the game. 43-33. And a turnover on a jump stop coming down the floor. The tires skidded again. Caden Gothrop back in the game for Daleville. Broncos back at it offensively. $1:15 to go in the period. They got a 10-point bulge at 43-33. Arnold driving the baseline, cut off nicely. Back out on top. It's a wing three-pointer by Lawrence. No good, but the Broncos come up with the offensive glass. They'll reset. McKinney on the wing. Looks down low. Can't get it to Gothrop. They'll swing it around the perimeter. Now out on top to Arnold. Left-hand dribble with 52 seconds left to go in the period. 43-33, Daleville. Looks like they may play for the final shot against man-to-man defensive pressure from South Adams. Clock down to 40. Arnold standing on his side of the timeline in the center circle. Jab step Stutzman once, twice. Now across the way to Lawrence, right back out on top to Arnold. Clock at 30. Stutzman will come out and guard him a little closer now. Bounce pass goes to Lawrence. Lawrence will take the top now in the corner. Good place to trap if you're inclined. They don't. Arnold with the dribble. 15 seconds to go. Daleville's going to take one shot or die trying. Arnold around a screen. Drives to the baseline. Has it knocked away. Gets it back. Out on top. Lawrence three-pointer on the way. No good. Rebound battle and a whistle in the middle of the melee. That whistle was before the buzzer. I don't know what they're going to do about doing this the right way. They're going to put 1.5 back on the clock.
6-2.
Will McKinney picks up the foul. And they're going to put 1.5 seconds back on the clock, and that's absolutely right. They got that right. 1.5 seconds. The period is not over. And here we go. Teams came to the benches.
20 ticket again. 3-6.
It's a common foul.
1-2-6.
It should be an inbounds play for Daleville with about a second and a half to go. Starfires are going to call a timeout. Wow. So they'll have 2 left. And we'll stay right here with it. Well, it's been adventuresome, if nothing else. And we're going to get our first look here of the night at Frank Pang, who's going to check in for Daleville. This is a very interesting kid. Shanghai, China, where he was born, spent most of his life. Now playing basketball here for Daleville in the United States. He's going to go in the game. He's a little rough around the edges, but has some skill. And he'll guard the inbound passer. They're probably going to try to throw it long. Gilbert will have to bring it the length of the floor. Looking, throws it. It's down court. Miller has it, turns and fires. No good at the buzzer. And that'll do it for the period. We've played 3 stanzas here in Daleville. We go to the last roundup after 3. Daleville 43, South Adams 33. Back with the final period after this on Beaver Media and the Delco Preps channel.
There's just one place where students are students first, and athletics are played with purpose and perspective. That place is your local high school. High school sports offer more than the joy of competition. Studies show that student athletes in Indiana are also likely to enjoy greater levels of achievement in other areas of their lives, including academics. High school sports, a winning part of a complete education. This message presented by the Indiana High School Athletic Association and the Indiana Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Welcome back to the ball game. We head for the 4th quarter of this one tonight. Daleville leading South Adams 43-33. You look at the scoreboard situation. Each team with 2 timeouts remaining. The held ball will go to Daleville the next time. 3 team fouls for the Starfires, only 1 for Daleville. And we're set to go. Broncos will have the ball to open the fourth quarter here at midcourt across the way. McKinney to bring it into Arnold. Stecker, Lawrence, and Price also out there for Daleville. McKinney on the wing, now far side corner to Stecker. They swing it to Lawrence. He tries to drive and he traveled. Got to put it on the floor first. He did not. Turnover by the Broncos. I've got him for 10 in the game. A third of what they had the other night at Shenandoah. So here come the Starfires. They need a couple hoops in a hurry. They had cut it down to a couple points there, and now a skidding stop again by Warner, whose brakes failed on the ice, and he slid through the stop sign. And he's got another turnover. 8 in the half, 15 in the game unofficially by the Starfires. Early going fourth quarter, first 20 seconds or so. Stecker guarded closely by Fear, and there's a reach in. It's going to be a foul on Fear. Not a real good foul. Common foul, it'll be out of bounds. I've got Spencer for 1 foul in the game. He'll learn from that. Pass comes into the back court to Arnold. South Adams will look to trap. That almost was an over and back violation. Broncos might have gotten a break there. Arnold swings it to the high post. Far side corner, McKinney up, can't get it. Rebound followed by Stecker, no good. Rebound comes down to South Adams. They'll bring it across the timeline. On the dribble with it is Drew Stutzman. He says, come and get it. And Aiden Warner does. The point guard. Good-looking young player. Guarded closely by Stecker. Here on the wing to Stutzman. To the free throw line to Gilbert. Across the way. Three-pointer on the way. It won't go for Fear. And Lawrence has the board for Daleville. Broncos comfortable, but not too comfortable yet. Leading South Adams 43-33. A lot of basketball yet to go with 6:40 to go. Arnold has it 30 feet from the basket out near the timeline. Gives it off to Price near side. Now they work it between the rings to Stecker. Right back to Arnold far wing. South Adams man-to-man on this trip. Daleville content to take some air out of the ball and milk the clock here with that 10-point advantage. Arnold has it down in front. Near side to McKinney, just inside the arc, way back out on top to Arnold. Good strategy by Daleville. Stecker with it to Lawrence. Back out to Arnold. Miller will come out. Now baseline pass, nice feed, layup, good! Great assist, a 40-foot feed to Stecker, who got behind the defense for the Bunny. His fourth point, 45-33. On the other end, Miller turns, fires, air ball, no good. Lawrence with the glass for the Broncos. They lead it by a dozen. Daleville looking for more on this trip. We're under 6 minutes to play. Double team out here on Stecker. He's in trouble. And a timeout called by head coach Tyler Stotler. He'll burn his fourth one. He's down to 1 left. It's a full timeout. We'll take the break. 5:35 to go, fourth quarter. Daleville 45, South Adams 33 on Beaver Media and the Delco Preps channel.
A crisp October evening. A stadium filled with fans. A pass-through. A journey completed. State of euphoria? No. The state of Indiana. High school sports. Pure spirit. Pure sport. Pure Indiana. This message brought to you by the Indiana High School Athletic Association and the high schools in your community.
Welcome back to the ball game. Coming out of the timeout, Daleville leading by 12 here over South Adams, 45-33. The foul situation, really good for this late in the game for both teams. South Adams has committed 14 fouls in the second half. Daleville has only committed 1 foul, so they have 5 more to give. South Adams has 2 to give. Possession arrow goes to South Adams, but Daleville with the ball right now. Across the timeline, double team immediately on Leisure. Throws it away. Turnover. Here come the Starfires. Stutzman gets it to Fear. Fear feeds down low. Miller back out on top. Gilbert thought about it, gave it up. Comes back to Fear. They'll reset on the wing here with Stutzman. Stutzman goes out on top. High post to Miller. Lobs underneath. Couldn't get it to Gilbert. It's a turnover. Here comes Daleville with a 12-point lead. 5 minutes left in the game. High post feed to Price. He's fouled on the catch. Common foul. Trouble time for Braden Gilbert. That might be his 5th foul. I got him on the score sheet for that many, but it's been kind of a festival here tonight, so I can't vouch for anything. He stays in the game. Daleville inbounds the ball, leading 45-33. Leisure drives the baseline. Pass out on top. Now they'll swing it across the way. McKinney in the far corner. Arnold has it. Dribbles through the ring. Gets it up to Lawrence. Now to Leisure. Leisure guarded closely. Lawrence now in the corner with it. Right in front of the Daleville bench. Double team. Got to get rid of it. Bounce pass to the baseline. Intended for Leisure. It's a turnover. And the Starfires get the ball back. South Adams brings it the full 84 feet, trailing 45-33. They got to get a run going with 4:25 left in the fourth quarter. Low post feed for Miller. Double teamed. He'll fire anyway off the glass. Can't get it. Rebound to Daleville. Taken down by Tim Arnold. He'll bring it across the timeline with the right-hand dribble. Stops between the rings. Works it far side for Lawrence. He'll fire another three. Got it! Derek Lawrence, 26 points. Blows the lid off this one at 48-33. Starfires need to get rolling here fast. They're down to 3:50 to go in the game. They need about a 10-point run. This is Warner firing, forced it up. Daleville wanted to travel on the multiple pivots by Warner. It's going to be a foul instead on Camden Leisure, and it's a free throw trip to the line for Aiden Warner. His first 2 charity tosses of the night. It's 48-33 Daleville. 3:45 left in the game. Warner looking for his 3rd point. He can't get it. He'll get another. Here's my 5-second sermon again for basketball. You know what it is if you're my Twitter followers. Make your free throws. That's what they tell you. There's a reason why they tell you. Warner will have a 2nd of 2. He needs this one. He missed them both. Daleville comes down with the rebound. Here come the Broncos, leading by 15. They're in good shape right now. Baseline, Leisure feeds Price. He lost the handle. Turnover, Daleville. Here comes South Adams. Gilbert brings it across the timeline. 3-pointer on the way. Stutzman off the back iron, no, but all by himself for the board, and the putback is Gilbert. Gilbert with his 6th point in the game to make it 48-35. Nice work that time on the glass by Braden Gilbert. Here's a steal. Trip down the other way for South Adams. Miller dived on the ball. It rolled on the baseline. Couldn't do much with it. So that was a little bit of a crazy trip down the court. The official says, do we have a towel so they can wipe up a little bit of perspiration right there on the baseline? And they'll take care of the homecoming housekeeping and get it done. 3:04 to go in the game. Daleville 48, Starfires 35. First of many broadcasts coming up this winter on Beaver Media and the Delco Preps channel. Not sure about next week yet, but it's looking like it might be Muncie Burris at Yorktown next Friday night. We'll let you know on Twitter. Give me a follow if you haven't already at Delco Preps. We'll let you know about broadcast games going down the stretch. We don't set the schedule and leave it alone. We modify it. We flex the schedule depending on the best game we can get. We're back in play. Steal. Here come the Miller show again down the floor for the Starfires. He traveled. Well, he says, I got bumped from behind, and they say, no, you didn't. So that's the second twin turnover situation in the last 30 seconds. It leaves Daleville with the ball and the lead at 48-35. Broncos have it in the forecourt. Now the corner to Lawrence, and they throw it out of bounds. Arnold makes a freshman mistake. Daleville unofficially with 16 turnovers, 18 unofficially for South Adams. Coming down the floor, all 84 feet of the Starfires. They've got to find a bunch of triples in a hurry here, trailing 48-35. Warner has it knocked away by Arnold right here into the bench on the Starfires side. They'll inbound it. The Starfires will right in front of their coach, Trent Lehman. Here we go. Comes into Miller, goes right back to the hands of Aiden Warner. Working on Arnold. Man-to-man defense by Daleville. Three-pointer up, three-pointer no good by Stutzman. Price with the glass for Daleville. 2:15 left in the game. Long pass to the corner. Lawrence catches it this time. Daleville trying to stay out of the trap from South Adams. Lawrence free, all alone in the corner. Three-pointer. God! 29 points in the game for Derek Lawrence to make it 51-35. This one's all but over except for the final score. Here's a three-pointer up, short, no good. From the far wing that time by Stutzman. Daleville in the driver's seat, leading by 16 here with $1:40 to go in the game. Arnold to the corner. Lawrence free for three. This could be 30. He's got it! Lawrence, another triple. 32 points in the game. 54-35. Starfires give it to Miller. He hits the little turnaround 10-footer from the baseline. He's impressive. 18 points for him. 54-37 with 1:20 to go. What a night for Derek Lawrence. Daleville on the attack. Knocked away. Stolen away. So each team again turns it over. A stolen pass and steps, which means Daleville keeps the ball in the forecourt with 1:12 to go in the game and a 54-37 lead. Comes into the corner all alone. Three-pointer on the way. Rattles out. Lawrence couldn't get it. Follow no good. Rebound for the Starfires. Warner pushing the pace across the timeline. Looks to the wing. Stutzman right back to Warner. Under a minute to go. Starfires aren't going to have enough time to get close. Here's Fear. Lost the handle. Got it back. Fires from the baseline. No, got his own board off the glass. This time good. Good recovery and hoop by Fear. He's got 11 in the game to make it 54-39. Long pass to the corner to Leisure. Here goes across court to Arnold. Final 35 seconds of regulation. Daleville's going to get their first win of the year. Double team on Stecker. He gets it across the way. Off the loose ball to Arnold, who throws it away again. And Tyler Stotler is losing his hair. Pulling it up by the hands full. Freshman mistakes. On the job training. What were we talking about earlier? 24.3 to go in the game. It's all but over. Starfires are going to lose this one, but they're going to run one more set. They trail 54-39. Miller on the corner of the key. Drives it. Fires a beauty. Another one for Miller. He's got 20 in the game. He's been fantastic for the guys from Bern. Daleville running out the final 6 seconds on the clock. They've got it in the hands of Max Stecker. Dribbles out of a double team. Lawrence thought about shooting, but did not, and the game is over. We've got a win in Daleville tonight. Broncos win going away. 54-41 on a career night by Derek Lawrence. More on that in the post-game show. Daleville wins it over South Adams, 54-41. Back with the post-game after this timeout on Beaver Media and the Delco Preps channel.
Looking for future leaders we can trust and believe in? Look no further than the high school student athletes right here in Indiana. High school sports teach young people how to be effective leaders. It begins by making their grades and being on time for practice. It includes learning to listen, following directions, accepting responsibility, being a good role model. And it's about respect for officials, opponents, the rules, and each other. The result? It transcends sports. It gives us hope for the future. High school sports. There's so much more than just a game. This message presented by the Indiana High School Athletic Association and the Indiana Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association. It's your ticket to an evening out that won't break the bank. It's your ticket to explosive runs, acrobatic catches, and game-saving tackles. It's your ticket to an experience you'll never forget. It's your ticket to the IHSAA State Football Tournament. Attending a tournament football game is a fun and affordable way to see sports played the way they were meant to be, for the pure love of it. The Indianapolis Colts and the Indiana High School Athletic Association invite you to be part of Indiana's rich tradition of high school sports. Pure spirit, pure sport, pure state tournament excitement. The drama is set to kick off. Do you have your ticket?
Who do I swim for? I swim on my high school team for my mom, who gets up at 5 o'clock every morning to take me to practice.
I swim for hugs from my teammates, spaghetti dinners, and my lucky neon green goggles.
I swim for Coach Murray, who pushes me to dig deep and finish strong.
More than 7.7 million American teenagers participate in high school sports every year, including about 152,000 here in Indiana. They're all learning essential life lessons, like the importance of hard work, time management, and self-discipline. Skills that are helping them become better leaders and more active, responsible citizens.
Most of all, I swim for myself, because I learn more about who I am and who I want to be every time I dive into the pool. That's who I swim for.
This message presented by the Indiana High School Athletic Association and the Indiana Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association. There's just one place where students are students first, and athletics are played with purpose and perspective. That place is your local high school. High school sports offer more than the joy of competition. Studies show that student athletes in Indiana are also likely to enjoy greater levels of achievement in other areas of their lives, including academics. High school sports, a winning part of a complete education. This message presented by the Indiana High School Athletic Association and the Indiana Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Welcome back to Daleville High School. It's a victorious Saturday night in the home opener of 2018-19 for Daleville. The Broncos break out of the pack after a very tight first half and win going away by a final score of 54-41. Daleville led at the end of the first quarter 18-11, but they only scored 2 points in the second quarter. South Adams came back 10-point second quarter, get a shot just before the buzzer, and took a 21-20 lead at halftime. Good third quarter, though, for Daleville. They outscore South Adams 23-12, and they lead 43-33 at the final stanza after 3. And then in the fourth quarter, Daleville outscores South Adams 11-8 in the period and ends up winning 54-41. Unofficial scoring for the Broncos, 32 points tonight for senior Derek Lawrence, 9 for fellow senior Josh Price, 8 for senior Will McKinney, 1 for Camden Leisure, 4 off the bench for Max Stecker. Tim Arnold did not score. Caden Gothrop, Travion Johnson, Frank Peng all spent time on the floor. They played but did not score. That rounds out the 54 for Daleville. And on the South Adams side of the score sheet, Nick Miller with a great game. 20 points, probably 10 or 12 rebounds. I'd be willing to bet the house he had a double-double tonight. He led that offense with 20, 11 from Spencer Fear, 6 from Braden Gilbert, 2 from Drew Stutzman, 2 from Aiden Warner. Braden Bixler played, did not score, and that gives you their total of 41. Unofficially in the game, 19 turnovers for South Adams, 18 unofficially for Daleville. So what we thought you'd have, for the most part, is how it went down. A very close game that got pretty tight in the late going before Daleville got hot from behind the arc. And when I say got hot, man, I mean got hot. Quick math here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 3-point field goals, 10 trays, and a deuce field goal for Derek Lawrence's 32 points in this game tonight. If that's not a career high, I'm not sure what it would be, but he put on a show in this one tonight at Daleville High School. So, very interesting affair. And Lawrence gave him a night to write home about. Sorry about that delay. They were taking my press pass from around my neck. I wasn't going to walk away with it, guys. But anyway, just a solid night for Derek Lawrence. 10 trays. I don't know what the Daleville school record for triples in a game is. That also might have been taken down here tonight on a great performance by Derek Lawrence. He scored 9 points in the first half and scored 23 in the second half when they needed him to help them pull away. And that's exactly what they did. But all's well that ends well. And for the Broncos, it does. They moved to 1-1 on the season, 0-2 on the ledger now for South Adams. So thanks for joining us tonight. It was a great game, entertainment value-wise, fantastic action. And I see a little Stotler out here who's about 26 inches tall, putting on a cute show. But the final score for the final time from Daleville High School, it's the Daleville Broncos 54, the South Adams Starfires 41. For all of us at Beaver Media, thanks for joining us tonight. Check my Twitter feed at Delco Preps early next week for our next scheduled contest. Might very well be in Yorktown next Friday night for Burris at Yorktown, but we'll wait and see how that all shakes out. For now, I'm Brian Beaver. Have a great rest of your Saturday. Go Irish if they're not already winning. And we'll see you next time on the Delco Preps channel. Have a great weekend, everybody.